Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever found yourself waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., wondering why? Have you asked yourself, why now? Why at this particular hour when the world is still? Yet something within me stirs. This is not a coincidence. It is a wake-up call, not from the alarm clock, but from life itself. The time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. holds a special significance that many people overlook. In the stillness of these early hours, there is a profound energy that can transform the way we think, act, and ultimately shape our lives. These hours are often referred to as the hour of awakening because they provide a rare opportunity for deep self-reflection, mental clarity, and creative expansion. It is in this quiet window of time that some of the most successful people in the world have cultivated their habits, built their visions, and connected with their inner selves. Most of us have experienced waking up at this time seemingly without reason. You may check the clock, see that it is still hours before sunrise, and instinctively try to go back to sleep. But what if this awakening is not accidental? What if your body and mind are trying to tell you something? This early morning wake-up call is more than just a random occurrence. It is a moment of alignment, a chance to step into a new version of yourself. In many spiritual and philosophical traditions, the hours before dawn are considered sacred. Ancient wisdom suggests that this is the time when the universe is most quiet and the energy around us is purest. In modern science, research has shown that during these hours, the brain operates in a unique state. The subconscious mind, which holds our deepest thoughts, fears, and desires, is more accessible. This is why ideas often flow more freely, intuition becomes sharper, and clarity emerges where there was once confusion. When we wake up during this period, it is a powerful invitation to engage with ourselves on a deeper level. But most people dismiss this opportunity. They see it as an inconvenience, a disruption to their sleep, rather than a gateway to personal growth. However, those who learn to embrace these moments instead of resisting them often find that their lives begin to change in extraordinary ways. One of the biggest advantages of waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is the silence that surrounds you. The world is still asleep. There are no distractions, no phone calls, no emails, no external pressures demanding your attention. In this silence, you have a rare chance to listen to your own thoughts without interruption. This is where self-discovery begins. Imagine sitting in complete stillness, allowing your mind to wander freely. Thoughts that are usually drowned out by the noise of daily life start to surface. You begin to notice patterns in your thinking. You might realize what has been holding you back, or gain clarity on decisions you have been struggling with. This time is an opportunity to ask yourself the questions that truly matter. What do I want from life? What am I afraid of? What is my true purpose? Many of the world's greatest thinkers, creators, and leaders have attributed their success to their early morning routines. Writers, artists, and entrepreneurs often wake up before the sun rises to do their best work. This is because the brain in its early morning state is highly creative and receptive. Without the external chaos of the day, the mind can focus deeply, making it easier to generate new ideas, solve complex problems, and envision a better future. Using this time effectively can completely reshape your mindset. Instead of viewing these wake-up moments as an annoyance, they can become a ritual of self-empowerment. Instead of lying awake in frustration, try engaging in simple but powerful activities: meditation, journaling, deep breathing, or setting intentions for the day. This can help you start your day with clarity and purpose rather than stress and distraction. For those struggling to find motivation, this window of time can be used to reprogram the mind. When we first wake up, our thoughts are fresh, untainted by the worries of the day. This is the perfect time to practice positive affirmations, visualize success, and set a tone of gratitude. The mind is highly impressionable in these early hours, making it easier to replace negative beliefs with empowering ones. There is also a scientific aspect to why waking up at this time can be transformative. The body's circadian rhythm plays a key role in how we feel and function. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the body is in a natural state of repair and renewal. Waking up during this time can provide a boost in energy and mental clarity, making it easier to start the day with a sense of purpose rather than fatigue. Using these hours wisely allows for the development of habits that can lead to long-term success. Many high achievers dedicate their early mornings to learning, reading, or working on passion projects. This uninterrupted time provides an opportunity to focus on personal growth without the demands of the outside world pulling you in different directions. While waking up early is not always easy, the benefits far outweigh the initial discomfort. Developing a habit of using this time intentionally can lead to significant shifts in mindset, productivity, and overall well-being. It is not about forcing yourself into exhaustion, but rather about recognizing the value of this quiet and powerful time of day. If you find yourself waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., don't ignore it. Instead, see it as an invitation, a moment to pause, reflect, and engage with your deeper self. The silence of these hours holds answers that the noise of the day often drowns out. By embracing this time, you open the door to greater self-awareness, creative inspiration, and a life that aligns with your true purpose. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is not just a random occurrence. Many people experience this phenomenon and dismiss it as a sleep disturbance. They roll over, try to force themselves back to sleep, or feel frustrated that they are awake when the rest of the world is sleeping. But what if this is not just a coincidence? What if your subconscious mind is trying to communicate with you, urging you to pay attention to something important? In different spiritual traditions and scientific studies, waking up at this time has been linked to a deep internal process. In traditional Chinese medicine, this period corresponds to the lung meridian, which is associated with emotional processing, grief, and clarity. It is believed that if you wake up consistently at this hour, it may be a sign that your body and mind are trying to release something, perhaps unresolved emotions or suppressed thoughts that need your attention. From a psychological perspective, the subconscious mind operates in unique ways during the early morning hours. While we are asleep, our mind continues to process emotions, memories, and ideas. If you are waking up at this specific time, it could be because your subconscious is trying to bring something to your conscious awareness. Perhaps there is a decision you have been avoiding, a dream you have pushed aside, or an inner conflict that needs resolution. Rather than ignoring this wake-up call, it is important to acknowledge it. Instead of seeing it as an inconvenience, consider it as an opportunity to reflect on what your inner self is trying to tell you. The first step is to pay attention to your thoughts and feelings in that moment. What is on your mind? Are you feeling restless, anxious, or inspired? These emotions can provide clues about what your subconscious is trying to communicate. Many people find that when they wake up during these hours, they experience a heightened sense of awareness. Their mind is more open, and their intuition is stronger. This is because the usual distractions of daily life, the noise, the obligations, the digital overload are absent. The stillness of the early morning creates a space for deeper thoughts to emerge. If you find yourself waking up at this time, consider keeping a journal by your bed. Write down any thoughts, dreams, or ideas that come to you. Over time, patterns may emerge that reveal important insights about your life's direction. Another reason why people wake up during these hours is linked to their sense of purpose. When we are not living in alignment with our true desires and goals, our subconscious mind tries to alert us. It is as if an inner alarm is ringing, telling us that something needs to change. If you have been feeling unfulfilled in any aspect of your life, whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth, this early wake-up could be a sign that it is time to take action. The mind and body work together in fascinating ways. When we suppress our inner calling for too long, the body responds by interrupting sleep, forcing us into wakefulness. It is a reminder that something within us is unresolved and needs to be addressed. This could be an unfulfilled dream, a passion we have ignored, or even a conversation we have been avoiding. Waking up at this time is an invitation to face these things head on. Try sitting up, taking a few deep breaths, and allowing your thoughts to flow naturally. Ask yourself, what is my mind trying to tell me? What am I avoiding? What do I need to change in my life? By confronting these questions honestly, you can begin to uncover the deeper reasons behind your early morning wake-ups. Some of the most successful individuals in the world have spoken about the power of these early hours. They recognize that this time holds a special energy, a rare opportunity for clarity and inspiration. Writers, entrepreneurs, and spiritual leaders often use this quiet time to meditate, strategize, or create. Their greatest ideas and breakthroughs often happen when the world is still asleep and their mind is free from external distraction. The key is to shift your perspective. Instead of viewing these early wake-ups as a problem, see them as a gift. They are moments of pure consciousness where the noise of the day has not yet taken over. They are a chance to connect with your inner self, to listen deeply, and to gain clarity about your life's path. If you consistently wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., your subconscious is trying to guide you towards something greater. It is urging you to reflect, to take action, and to align yourself with your highest potential. The question is, are you willing to listen? A rare opportunity presents itself, one that most people overlook. The time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is a sacred window where silence is not just the absence of noise, but a powerful space for self-discovery. In this stillness, when the world is quiet and undisturbed, you can finally hear the voice that matters most, your own. Yet, instead of embracing this moment, many people ignore it, dismissing it as just another restless night. But what if this silence is not something to be feared, but something to be explored? Life is filled with constant noise. The mind is bombarded with responsibilities, distractions, and external pressures. From the moment we wake up, we are pulled in multiple directions. Emails, messages, phone calls, conversations, deadlines. We are reacting to the world rather than connecting with ourselves. But in the early hours of the morning, none of these distractions exist. It is just you, your thoughts, and a deep connection to something greater than yourself. This silence can feel uncomfortable at first. Many people are so used to external stimulation that the idea of sitting alone with their thoughts can seem intimidating. But within this discomfort lies an incredible gift, the chance to understand yourself in ways you never have before. This is why some of the greatest minds in history have valued solitude. They understood that true insight, creativity, and clarity are often born from moments of quiet reflection. When you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you have a choice. You can fight it, try to force yourself back to sleep, or distract yourself with meaningless activities. Or you can embrace it. You can use this time as a moment of deep self-awareness, a time to reconnect with your inner voice. Instead of resisting the silence, lean into it. Let your mind wander without judgment. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? What thoughts are coming to the surface? What is my intuition trying to tell me? One of the most powerful ways to use this time is through meditation. Meditation in the early morning hours is different from any other time of the day. The mind is naturally calmer, making it easier to enter a state of deep awareness. This is why spiritual leaders and practitioners throughout history have chosen to meditate during these hours. It is a time when the connection to the self and even to a higher power is at its strongest. Just a few minutes of sitting in stillness can bring clarity to problems that seemed unsolvable the day before. It can help you recognize patterns in your thinking, release negative emotions, and develop a deeper sense of purpose. Journaling is another way to harness the power of this silence. When you wake up during these hours, your subconscious mind is still active. This is the perfect time to write down your thoughts, dreams, or ideas. You might be surprised at what comes out. Sometimes the words that flow onto the page reveal insights you didn't even realize you had. Keeping a notebook by your bed allows you to capture these thoughts before they fade away. Over time, you may begin to notice recurring themes, ideas that keep resurfacing, emotions that need to be addressed, or goals that are calling out to you. Prayer or spiritual reflection during these hours brings a sense of peace and direction. Whether it is through religious practice or a simple moment of gratitude, connecting with something greater than yourself in the stillness of the early morning can be deeply transformative. It is a reminder that there is more to life than the rush of daily tasks and obligations. It is a moment to realign with your values, to express gratitude for what you have, and to seek guidance for the path ahead. Journaling or prayer this time can also be used for deep contemplation. When was the last time you truly reflected on your life, where you are, and where you want to be? The silence of these hours gives you a rare opportunity to evaluate your choices, your habits, and your direction. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you pursuing the dreams that truly matter to you? What is holding you back? These are questions that are often drowned out by the noise of everyday life, but in the stillness of the early morning, they come into focus. There is something undeniably powerful about this time of day. It is no coincidence that some of the most successful people in the world wake up before sunrise. They understand that in the silence, they can plan their next steps with clarity. They can think without distractions, set goals with precision, and prepare themselves mentally for the challenges ahead. They do not see these early hours as wasted time. They see them as their most valuable asset. But this time is not reserved for the highly successful alone. It is available to anyone willing to embrace it. It is a gift, waiting to be used. The next time you find yourself awake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., do not rush to fill the silence with distractions. Instead, sit with it, listen to it, let it guide you toward a deeper understanding of yourself and your path in life. In the stillness, you will find answers. In the quiet, you will discover who you truly are. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is not just a random disruption to your sleep. It is an invitation to listen to your intuition and embrace clarity. In the rush of daily life, people often ignore the subtle signs that their mind and body give them. They become so occupied with responsibilities, distractions, and external expectations that they fail to notice the wisdom within themselves. But in the quiet of the early morning, when the world is still asleep, a rare opportunity arises. One that allows you to connect with your inner voice like never before. There is a reason why many spiritual traditions, ancient philosophies, and even modern science point to the power of early mornings. It is a time when the subconscious mind is highly active, allowing deeper thoughts, emotions, and realizations to surface. During the day, these thoughts often get buried under stress, work, and social interactions. But when you wake up in the stillness of the night, your intuition speaks more clearly. The problem is that most people are too quick to dismiss it. They turn over in frustration, trying to force themselves back to sleep, instead of asking, "Why am I awake? What is my mind trying to tell me?" Many people wake up at this hour feeling a sense of unease or restlessness without understanding why. They may assume it is due to stress, an irregular sleep pattern, or even random coincidence. However, this is often a sign that there is something deeper within that needs attention. It could be an unresolved emotion, a decision that needs to be made, or a realization waiting to emerge. Your intuition, that inner knowing that is often drowned out by the noise of everyday life, becomes most accessible during this time. It is calling you to listen. Instead of resisting wakefulness at this hour, embrace it as a time of insight. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings. Are there recurring worries or ideas that keep coming to your mind? Is there something you have been avoiding? Many people who wake up at this time realize that they have been neglecting their true desires or ignoring a direction they are meant to pursue. It could be a passion they have put on hold, a goal they have been too afraid to chase, or a truth they have not wanted to face. The early hours of the morning strip away the distractions, leaving you face to face with your own wisdom. One of the most effective ways to embrace this clarity is to sit in stillness rather than immediately reaching for your phone, checking messages, or distracting yourself with meaningless activities. Allow yourself to be present. Take a few deep breaths. Let your thoughts flow without judgment. Ask yourself, What am I feeling? What is my intuition telling me? The answers may not always be immediate, but by making space for them, you open the door to deeper understanding. Journaling can also be a powerful tool during this time. The subconscious mind is still in a reflective state when you wake up in these early hours, making it the perfect moment to write freely. Jot down any thoughts, emotions, or ideas that come to you, even if they do not make sense right away. Over time, patterns will emerge. You may begin to notice that your intuition has been guiding you all along. You just needed the quiet to hear it. Another practice that can help deepen your connection with your intuition is visualization. In the stillness of these hours, when your mind is not yet cluttered by the demands of the day, take a moment to close your eyes and picture the life you truly want. What do you see? How do you feel? Often, in this state of heightened awareness, you gain clarity about the steps you need to take. You begin to see possibilities that were previously hidden beneath doubt and fear. Science also supports the idea that our brains function differently in the early morning hours. When we first wake up, our brain operates in theta and alpha wave states, similar to the state experienced during deep meditation or creative flow. This is why many people find their most profound insights, creative ideas, and solutions to problems during these hours. Writers, artists, and innovators throughout history have spoken about the clarity they experience when working in the early morning. It is a time when the mind is more open, intuitive, and free from the limitations of overthinking. For those who struggle with decision-making, waking up at this time can be a valuable moment to find direction. If you have been torn between choices or unsure of your next step, sit with a question in the early morning stillness. Instead of forcing an answer, allow it to emerge naturally. Often, the right path becomes clearer when the mind is not clouded by external influences. The problem is that many people dismiss their intuition in favor of logic and practicality. They tell themselves that their feelings are irrational or that their dreams are unrealistic. But true clarity comes when you learn to balance logic with intuition. The answers you seek are often already within you. You just need to trust yourself enough to listen. If you keep waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., consider it an invitation rather than an inconvenience. It is a reminder that your intuition is speaking to you, that clarity is within reach. Instead of resisting, use this time to reflect, to ask yourself meaningful questions, and to trust the wisdom that arises. In this quiet hour, before the world rushes in, you have the chance to connect with the deepest part of yourself. And when you learn to listen, you will realize that the answers you have been searching for have been there all along. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. can be a powerful moment of transformation if you choose to embrace it. While most people view it as an inconvenience or a sign of sleep disturbance, it is, in reality, a rare opportunity to harness your mental and emotional energy. This time of the night is not just a random occurrence. It is a sacred window where your mind is free from distractions, your subconscious is most active, and your inner thoughts come to the surface. Instead of resisting it, you can use this time to reprogram your mind, cultivate positive thoughts, and align yourself with success. The mind is incredibly receptive during the early morning hours. When you first wake up, your brain is in a unique state, operating in the alpha and theta wave frequencies. These brainwave states are associated with deep relaxation, creativity, and heightened suggestibility. This is why the thoughts you focus on during these early hours have a stronger impact on your mindset throughout the day. If you wake up and immediately fill your mind with stress, fear, or negativity, you set the tone for the rest of your day. But if you intentionally choose empowering thoughts, affirmations, and positive beliefs, you can rewire your mind for success, confidence, and clarity. One of the most effective ways to reprogram your mind during this time is through positive affirmations. These are powerful statements that reinforce the beliefs and mindset you want to cultivate. The key is to say them with conviction and truly believe in them. When you wake up in the early hours, instead of worrying about why you're awake, try repeating affirmations like, "I'm in control of my thoughts and emotions." I am capable, strong, and ready to achieve my goals. Everything is working in my favor. I trust myself and the path I am on. My mind is clear, focused, and full of positive energy. You are actively programming your subconscious with thoughts that support your growth. Over time, these affirmations begin to shape your reality. The more you focus on positive, empowering beliefs, the more your mind begins to align with them, creating a shift in your actions, decisions, and overall mindset. Another powerful practice during these early hours is visualization. When you wake up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., your mind is naturally more creative and open to new ideas. This is the perfect time to visualize the life you want to create. Close your eyes and imagine yourself achieving your goals. See yourself succeeding, feeling happy, and living the life you desire. Picture the details vividly. Where are you? What are you doing? How do you feel? The more clearly you visualize your desired outcome, the more real it becomes in your subconscious mind. Many successful people use early morning visualization to program their minds for success. They understand that by repeatedly picturing their goals as already accomplished, they are reinforcing the belief that it is possible. This belief then translates into action, and action leads to results. If you wake up at this time, instead of feeling frustrated, take it as an opportunity to focus on what you truly want. Spend a few minutes visualizing your ideal life, and you will notice a shift in your mindset and motivation. Gratitude is another powerful tool to use during these early hours. When you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., take a moment to think about what you are grateful for. Gratitude has the ability to shift your energy instantly. It moves your focus away from what is lacking and redirects it toward what is abundant in your life. Start by listing a few things you appreciate: your health, your loved ones, the opportunities you have, or even the simple things like a comfortable bed or a peaceful morning. The more you practice gratitude, the more your mind starts to focus on positivity rather than problems. This is also the perfect time to set your intentions for the day. Before the distractions of life take over, use these quiet moments to decide how you want to feel and what you want to accomplish. Ask yourself, how do I want to show up today? What energy do I want to carry with me? Setting an intention helps guide your thoughts and actions throughout the day, keeping you aligned with your goals and values. Journaling is another way to take advantage of this time. When you wake up at this hour, write down any thoughts, insights, or dreams that come to mind. Sometimes, the subconscious mind brings important messages during the night, and if you write them down, you can gain valuable clarity about your life's direction. You can also use your journal to list your goals, track your progress, or simply reflect on your emotions. Taking action during these early hours can be life-changing. Many high achievers wake up before sunrise because they understand that this time is sacred. They use it to exercise, read, meditate, or work on their passions. Instead of wasting this precious time by trying to go back to sleep, ask yourself, what can I do right now to move closer to my goals? Even 20 or 30 minutes of focused action can make a significant difference in your personal growth. The key to reprogramming your mind between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is consistency. The more you practice affirmations, visualization, gratitude, and intentional thinking, the more your mind shifts in a positive direction. Over time, you will notice that your mindset is becoming stronger, your confidence is increasing, and your actions are more aligned with your goals. So the next time you wake up in the early hours, don't see it as a problem. See it as an opportunity to reshape your thoughts, focus on your dreams, and align yourself with success. Your mind is always listening, always learning, always adapting. Make sure you are feeding it thoughts that empower you, not limit you. If you use this time wisely, it has the power to change not just your mornings, but your entire life. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is not just a moment of restlessness. It can be a call for transformation, a sign that something within you is seeking change. Many people wake up at this hour feeling unsettled, anxious, or deep in thought, yet they dismiss it as a random disturbance in their sleep cycle. But what if it is something more? What if it is your soul urging you to evolve, your intuition nudging you to pay attention to the path ahead? If you keep waking up at this time, it may be an indication that you are ready for a shift in your life, mentally, emotionally, or even spiritually. One of the biggest reasons people wake up at this hour is because of unresolved emotions. The subconscious mind becomes highly active during these early hours, often bringing emotions to the surface that have been buried during the day. If you have been ignoring certain feelings, whether it be sadness, dissatisfaction, or a sense of unfulfillment, your body and mind may be waking you up as a way of asking you to confront them. Instead of pushing these emotions away, take a moment to sit with them. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? What is trying to come to the surface? What am I avoiding? Sometimes, simply acknowledging your emotions is the first step toward healing and growth. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. can also be a sign that you are being called to make a significant change in your life. It could be a shift in your career, your relationships, your mindset, or even your daily habits. Often, deep down, we know when we need to make a change, but fear holds us back. We fear failure, rejection, or uncertainty. We tell ourselves that now is not the right time or that we are not ready. But growth does not wait for the perfect moment. It begins the moment you decide to embrace it. If you wake up during these hours and feel a sense of urgency, restlessness, or even excitement, pay attention to it. What are the thoughts that immediately come to your mind? What dreams or ideas keep resurfacing? This could be your intuition guiding you towards something bigger. Many people experience their most powerful moments of clarity during these hours because their minds are not clouded by daily distractions. One of the best ways to use this time for transformation is by asking yourself the right questions. Instead of seeing your wakefulness as an inconvenience, see it as an opportunity to go inward. Ask yourself, am I truly happy with where I am? What changes do I need to make to live a more fulfilling life? What is holding me back from becoming the person I want to be? The answers to these questions may not always come immediately, but the more you reflect on them, the clearer your path will become. Another practice that can help guide you through transformation is setting intentions. When you wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., your mind is in a deeply receptive state. This is the perfect time to focus on what you want to create in your life. Instead of dwelling on fear or uncertainty, take a deep breath and set an intention for yourself. I am open to growth. I am ready for positive change. I trust the path ahead. Your words have power, and by focusing on transformation rather than resistance, you begin to align yourself with new opportunities. Many people who experience wakefulness during these hours also feel a deep sense of spiritual connection. Whether you believe in a higher power, the universe, or simply the wisdom of your own intuition, the early morning hours have long been considered a sacred time for spiritual growth. Monks, yogis, and spiritual leaders throughout history have used this time for meditation, prayer, and deep self-reflection. If you wake up at this hour, consider using it as a time to connect with something greater than yourself. Sit in stillness, meditate, or even express gratitude. These practices can help bring clarity and peace as you navigate your personal transformation. The next time you find yourself awake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., do not see it as a disturbance. See it as a message, a sign that something within you is ready to evolve. Embrace the stillness, listen to your thoughts, and take this opportunity to reflect, grow, and step into the life you are meant to live. Change is not something to fear, it is something to welcome. And sometimes, the quietest moments hold the loudest truths. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is not just a random disruption in your sleep. It is an opportunity for transformation, self-discovery, and growth. It is a call to listen to your intuition, embrace stillness, and reflect on the path you are walking. In these early hours, when the noise of the world fades away, your mind becomes more receptive, your emotions surface, and your true desires come into focus. This is the time to reprogram your thoughts, align yourself with positive energy, and take intentional steps toward becoming the person you are meant to be. Instead of resisting wakefulness at this hour, see it as a gift, a chance to connect with your inner self, confront your fears, and welcome new beginnings. Whether it is through meditation, journaling, affirmations, or simply sitting in silence, use this time wisely. Pay attention to the emotions that arise, the thoughts that persist, and the dreams that refuse to fade. These are not coincidences. They are signals guiding you toward your highest potential. True transformation begins when you stop ignoring the signs and start taking action. If your mind is restless at this hour, it may be because you are ready for change, even if you do not fully realize it yet. Growth is uncomfortable, but it is also necessary. Embrace this wakefulness as an invitation to step into a new version of yourself, stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. The next time you find yourself awake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., do not turn away from the message it carries. Instead, lean into it, reflect, realign, and move forward with confidence. This is not just a disturbance in your night. It is a wake-up call for your life.